Hello there, and welcome back to Vintage Story. Hope you're having a wonderful day. I've spent the past 7 in-game days or 5 real-world hours collecting resources. And this is not all of them. I have 2 crates there full of stuff, plus that chest over there. And we're going to get started on, well, what's behind me. This is going to be our windmill. These are going to be the corners, and we're going to be using the chisel mod a lot for this. But yeah, so I've got the blocks here. We're going to do a outline here. So the inside is going to be a 5x5, and I'm going to be replacing the grass and the dirt with something else. I'm not sure what just yet. Might be wood, might be cobblestone, might make stone tiles. Who knows? But that's going to be taken care of there. And if we go over here, I've made up some mortar. This is needed to make these stone bricks. Stone bricks take 1 mortar and 8 of these stone brick. Yeah, the bricks take brick. Go figure. And you get these by chiseling a stone, a rock. You chisel it once, it becomes polished. You chisel it again. You split it in half. You get these blocks, bricks, and then you can make these bricks. It's a little involved. And to make the mortar, you take your quicklime, you toss it in a barrel with a bit of water. 1 liter of water and 4 quicklime makes 4 liters of mortar. Of slack lime, which you then add sand to make mortar. So that's how we make that stuff. I'm gonna get started filling this out. Now, I've been working in a creative world to figure out what exactly I'm going to be doing. And let's place that down for now. Grab my hammer and chisel. We're going to actually need to make 2 more chisel items from the chisel mod. They are very cool. I was playing with them. Put that in the correct hand so I can actually use it. There we go. What was I saying? Yeah, we're playing with some of the tools from the chisel mod, and it's really cool. And I can't wait to show you how it works. But just to show you what the plan is, you want to take this brick block, put it in here, so we can actually do this. Yeah, and by doing that, now it looks like there's actually brickwork connected to the cobblestone. And actually, I want to span that out so the brick looks correct. And then we can do another one on top. Start chiseling this one. Take out some of these sections. Didn't mean to do that one. Put the brick in again, and then put the bricks in. And now they look like the cornerstones and the flagstones of actual buildings where, you know, they're not all always straight. You got a little bit of a shape to it, and it blends with the cobblestone, and we're going to the cobblestone there, and we've got some dry stone that's going to be mixed in so that it sort of blends the texture. And what I could do if I really wanted to, and I might have to go collect more andesite stone if I'm going to do that, because 660, that's an okay amount. It's not a ton. What I could do is, let's say I want to blend these a bit, right? So we're going to make both of these chisel blocks, and then if I go to this one, give it a bit of cobblestone, I can blend the cobblestone into the dry brick like that. That part doesn't blend too well. Let's go back to that. Yeah, and then we can remove that piece there and that piece there. Grab one of the dry stone. The dry stone are more expensive to make, so it's Don't necessarily want to do this too much. Oh no, can't do that there. Back to that. There we go. And so now we've sort of blended the textures a bit more. So it just breaks it up. And it doesn't look like a stark contrast. Like if I put that. That kind of stands out. That blends a bit better. So I think that's what I'm going to do. And then, because I want to make my life so difficult, we're going to be removing those there. And we're going to replace that with wood. And we're going to build a door frame around the outside of the building. Here we go, some oak boards. Let's put it over here. And just add that back. And yeah, we'll have a wooden door frame wrapping around the outside. Gives it a little texture. Actually, not a huge fan of the what's it called? Of the plank. Let's try debarked oak instead. And let's just put that there so we can actually see what we're doing. Yeah, that looks much better. So that's what we're going to be doing for these first 3 levels. That struck right outside my area. Hopefully it was far enough away from the chickens. Yeah, that should have been far enough away. I had a lightning bolt strike that earlier today. That was wish I had my camera recording when it happened, because that was kind of awesome. Anyway, so yeah, once we get the 3rd layer done, then we're going to start changing it up a bit. We're going to switch over to debarked oak and oak planks. And I've got an idea for that, but that's going to require the other tools from the chisel tool mod. Specifically, which part was it? The planer? Yes, the hand planer. Yeah. So I'm going to have to go smelt up one of these and, well, smith up. And then we will get to more work. I'll show you what we got planned. And so here's the first level done. Well, the first segment. I dug out the floor because I was thinking I want to do something with andesite, shale, and or granite as the floor. And maybe do it in a pattern, but not necessarily... let's just use the gravel and dirt. So, not necessarily like this, you know, where you'll do a tile pattern. I could do that with the 2 different colored rocks. What if, though, instead of doing it like this, we use the chisel, which is going to require a lot more of the stones. This is certainly not going to be enough if I want to use shale. But have like a diamond in this block, a diamond in that block, and so on and so forth. That might take a while. So I might just place down a basic floor first and then come around and retile it later. But yeah, so we're going to put the floor in there. We've got this first level done. I've tried to alternate the dry stone and the cobblestone to break up the texture a bit. I have not yet gone through and mixed the blocks like over here. Like putting some of the dry stone in this corner here would just sort of help expand the texture a bit more, help it blend a bit, maybe take the corner there and turn it into cobblestone. You get the idea. I haven't done that yet. That's going to be a future task. I did make the new tool, the iron hand planer. So the way this works is I can remove, add any material. So click it to make it, right click it to make it a chisel block, and then left click to remove one tile from it. So if I pull out the, I don't know how easy that is to see. That does not help. As you can see, it's just a one little voxel. I can remove that again. And what we're going to do is we're going to remove... Ooh. Did not mean to remove that. So let's... Okay, let's do... Re-add matching. Then I'll just remove matching. And it's fun that that's not going to connect because we'll fix that in a bit. But here, now there's just this slight edge to it. Gives it a little more depth. And the door frame is going to stick out just a little bit also. And I think it looks really good this way. There we go. Yeah, it just gives it a little depth. It makes it look not flat, which is, I've still got to do a lot more texture work with this because each of these windows is going to get framed. So is the underside of the windows. And now that I have this planner tool, I can do that. And then I'm going to replace that with wood in the future. I'm not going to do it right now, but just to give you an idea of what it's going to actually, what we're going to actually do. So I'm going to do this to all the sides. And then we're going to start with the next portion up. Let's grab a few of these, turn them into debarked oak. Make a bit of a ladder so I can get up to the next level. And so these are going to go on all the corners. We're going to do planks in between, but again, we're going to use the planner. Only this time we're moving 3 layers in. And we're going to do that to both sides. And then when we add planks, we'll remove 4 layers. So the planks will be indented 1 layer in from the debarked logs. And we're going to keep doing that every 3 blocks as we go higher until we reach the top, where it's going to narrow in from a 7 wide base to a 5 wide base. And you'll see when I get there. It's going to take a little bit of time, but yeah, this will just help give it a look that it's coming inwards as opposed to just being a flat box. Okay, I need to go travel to the south a bit. Although actually I think there might be shale over here. I forget if there's shale over here. So I'm gonna head here first, and then if there's not shale, I'll head south. There's shale, right? Yeah. Otherwise I'll head south. Alright. Oh, and I had to build a fence around my... Let's say I had to build a fence around my pumpkin farms. Because I thought rabbits were getting to them, but nope, they've all withered. So I guess they just have a lifespan, and once they hit, they wither. So, well, I've already got the next batch already planted. Oh, hey, look, the apples have ripened. So let's just pick a couple of these. They seem to have a pretty good shelf life of 40 days and 80 fruit when eaten. We'll get the rest on the way back, but hey, now we got some yellow apples, and there should be pink apples right where that pink tree is on my map. Yeah, there they are. And they too are ripe. Oh, I'm gonna have so many apples. Can I make apple cider? I can make apple cider. I can make apple juice too. Oh, and I am going to have to build a canal connecting my base here with this waterway down here, and then carving a path through here. I already carved the path there and there, so I can actually get out to these seas easier instead of having to run them all the time. Because the raft is just so much quicker. And, well, it'll be a canal, so it'll be a relatively straight shot. I wouldn't have to worry about much. Oh, hey, there's ruin under here. We'll come back for that later also. Okay, I know bears are very good climbers of trees, but this is ridiculous. And now he's after me. And I don't have the HP for this because I got stuck in a hole with drifters all night. Okay, he stopped bothering me. Anyway, we got the shale, we got some slate. A lot of stones. Time to go back and get back to work on the lighthouse. And windmill, because it's a windmill with a lighthouse on top. Well, apparently TR stands for pear tree. Yep. No idea how I got to that. It is still fruiting, so yeah, they're not ready to be picked yet. Okay, let's update this. There we go. I did collect a bunch of apples, so now I've got pink apples and yellow apples back at home, and these things last quite a while. How does that always happen? I think it's time for another bear hunt. Alright, next layer's almost done. So let's just walk you through this. Thankfully, because we've chiseled down a bit, we've got an edge we can stand on. Oh, I've put my tools away. So we're shaving it down by 4 voxels there. So that is 1 inset from the plank bark, which is itself 3 inset. Now, I do have a bit here. Let's grab a bit more. All right, what we can now do is, well, continue pillaring up and falling down. And then we get to adding the next layer. And what I'm doing with this one is, well, very similar to what we just did. If I can't get far enough over. Thankfully, magic floating blocks exist. I go 3 in from that one. So now when I add planks here, we're going to go an additional block in. So there we go. We've got a lip. And it keeps going up, and we're going to keep doing this. We're going to taper in, essentially. And I just got to keep doing that for all sides, all sections, until we reach the very top. But here I can shift so that I don't fall off the block and get all the way over, and yeah. There we go. And if we go over to this side, we can do the same thing. Except again, I can't reach that. And that's how our that's how we're going to build this windmill lighthouse combo. All right, so we're almost done with this. Just got to do the top. I'm waiting on some glass to finish smelting up for that. So in the meantime, let's just go up and show you what I've done. So as you can see, it does taper. Every time you come up by 3, it goes in by 3. So we reach the top, where it's actually more than 3, but who's counting at this point? And then up here, we've got a bit of a platform, and this is where I'm going to put... I dumped my inventory a minute ago, and I picked up something else. I'm going to put the plaster walls here, and the glass too, and we're going to put a lamp in the middle, so that we will have a lighthouse all the way up here on top, and we're going to put the windmill connected, not this far down, probably right about there. So middle of the top tier. That way we have plenty of room on the inside for a big gear, which we still have to make, and then small gears, and then every few levels I can do, like on this level on the inside, we can have, I think, like I said, I think the pulverizer uses mechanical power. I'm not sure, but we'll have space where we can put the pulverizer. And down here on the bottom level, once I put a floor in, will be where the health hammer goes. and we can have the grind wheel set up opposite the health hammer or somewhere near the health hammer, so I can. And I'll have another transmission and toggle made up, or clutch and transmission, so I could turn off the grindstone or the health hammer when I'm not using them. Meantime, I did just gather up all of our flax, so now the fields need a bit of time to regen their nutrition, which they do. I didn't realize that, but as you see, this field over here where I had rye earlier, it's back to 50-50-50. So the fields do actually regain their nutrition if you leave them fallow. All this field was flax, save the open spot over there, and that gave me 9 and 3/4 stacks of flax fiber and 8 full stacks of flax grain. I'm gonna stick that vessel over by my chicken coop so I don't have to keep running down to my cellar just to get grain to feed the chickens. But yeah, so all this, let's just turn it into twine. And I had a little bit in here, so let's combine all of this. There we go. Now I've got more flax than I have space for, which means I can make a full set of gambeson, so I don't have to worry about wearing this leather around. Although, I mean, I have that stuff, which I actually did wear the other day. The corrupted drifters, when I'm wearing this, hit for like 0.3 damage. So yeah, that's nice. Next time there's a rift storm, I'll put it on and actually go fight, so you can see just how effective the armor is. Incidentally, there was a rift storm 3 days ago in game, so I have to wait till later. But I'm good on flax for now, so I'm going to leave that field fallow for a little bit. And I've been, harvesting everything in here as it's been coming ready. I haven't replanted anything aside from the cabbage. I grabbed all the sunflowers. Now that they actually wilt. At like stage 9, they look like they're nice, bright sunflowers, and stage 12, when you harvest them, they're all wilted and look like they're dead. Rice is almost done. Most of the spelt is done. So, we'll come back to that later. I'm going to continue working on this, and ironically, now that it's sunlight out, I found a planter. We're going to do something else for a moment. So, Expanded Foods has some things like, we got raw gelatin here. Oh, you know what? I'm going to use some of these apples. I got syrup upstairs. And we can use these to make, like, a fruit candy. Sunflower seeds. Gelatin. Syrup, I think, and... Wait, let's double check the recipe. Mixing bowl. Ah. No, it doesn't like me. It's because it's raw gelatin and not actually flavored gelatin. So let's see about that. Okay, so to make the gelatin into actual flavored gelatin, you do gelatin, water. It's actually not enough water. And then fruit. Nope, sorry. Syrup. Okay, so this doesn't like me for some reason. Maybe it's because in the image it shows the saucepan and not what I was doing. Okay, we're going to try with apple juice instead. See if that works, what I'm trying to do here. Okay, so that gets me plain gelatin. And let's try this again. We did sunflower seeds, gelatin, fruit, and then syrup. Yes. And that will allow us to make fruit bars. There we go. Now we've got a fruit bar, which gives us 100 points in fruit plus 0.5 HP. And then additionally, it gives us 240 additional fruit, 240 grain, and 150 protein. So that's not too bad. All right, so I'm going to see about getting the rest of this cooked up now that I actually know how it works properly. Oh yeah, so now we've got a new fruit snack that we can take with us while exploring. It stacks. I'm not sure how high, but it does stack. And how's its shelf life? 91 days, which means in here, well, that's my protein one. I don't want to put it in there. In here, 1.4 years. That's really good. That gives us another item we can eat in the winter that will provide us fruit. I'm not sure how I feel about it. I still need to chisel down the plaster, chisel the glass so that it's clear, add glass to where the plaster is, and then make some shingled roofs and put them on top. But while I love the transition up, I feel like that one is, I think I did it one too early. I think what I need to do is put another level on top of that one and then put that level on top. Yeah, that's 3. So yeah, I skipped a level, but that's going to require me getting some more resources. But okay, well, we at least have an idea of what we're working with. Yeah, that's looking much better. The transition is much smoother than it was before. Still gotta get rid of the dirt staircase up it though, although we do have a ladder on the inside, which will take you up to about there. So I can install the large cogwheel and then run axles down the walls. I'm going to need to make another small angled gear here. I'm going to need to make the large gear section. I need to make 4 of these, which I can then combine into the large gear, which will then power everything else. But yeah, that's looking much better. The height, the transition looks correct now. Now I just gotta fire up some more clay shingles, make the roof, and like I said, make some more glass so I can chisel that down. And then we have the lighthouse and windmill done. Now I just need to move this inside. And I mean, I need to make a lot more axles to power this. Ouch. Yeah, I am very low on health. You have no idea how many times I've fallen off of this all the way to the bottom. That type of falling is not good for my health. Guys, our baby lamb has been born again. That doesn't sound right. Sounds like it's Jesus. We've got a baby lamb, which means that if I can get this guy to back off a bit, I can try to milk her. Go on, shoo. Oh, it worked. We got milk. We actually got a bucket of milk. Let's see. Okay, so we can make curdled milk by mixing milk with pickled vegetables, it looks like. Yep. And pickled, and that'll give us curdled milk. What type of cheese can we make? Cheddar cheese. Read the cheese making guide. Okay. Fill a barrel for either 25 or 50 liters of milk. We've got 10. Add pickled vegetables of any sort, seal the barrel, and in time the milk will curdle. Add salt to the curdled milk and seal the barrel. This will create cottage cheese. Use a piece of linen to remove the cottage cheese from the barrel. Place the bundle on the ground. Add a stick. Twist the curd bundle until all the whey is removed. Open the curd bundle. Add 5 salt to the exposed cheese wheel. At this point, you can make salted cheese wheels. Okay. And And then we can make blue cheese by making a very special cellar. Well, we're not going to worry about the blue cheese. Okay, so we're going to need a lot more than this one single bucket of milk. But it's got a 4-day shelf life. That's not very good. Especially when you only have one ewe I can milk, and I think I can only milk her once a day. Well, the milk will last 15 days in my cellar. Okay. Well, that will at least give us a chance to get some more and have a chance to actually make some cheese. And then we can finally fill up this dairy bar. That's the only thing I haven't been able to eat yet in this game. Well, I guess that means I should make another bucket just to keep over there. Alright, I think we're going to call it an end here for today. I need to go mine up some more quartz so we can make some more glass, make some more shingles and fire them, and then I need to find halite so we can make salt so I can actually make the cheese now that we have milk. I also have to make sure to come back and check my ewes because the second ewe has also had her lamb, so I can milk both of them. However, the other one is a Gen 0, so milking her is extraordinarily difficult. Anyway, we should hopefully be able to make some cheese in a very near future, next episode. And yeah, then we actually have every food group. When it only took... when does this game start? It starts in April or May. It only took a little over a year. Anyway, thank you for joining me today. Hope you had a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Later!